Hi, I'm Carrie, and I'm here to tell you the story of why I went vegan. I had actually been overweight pretty much my entire life, ever since I was a little kid. And so I always just figured that it was genetics, that I was supposed to be a bigger person. But at my highest weight, I was 178 pounds. I'm 123 pounds now, so I was carrying around quite a bit of extra weight, and I knew that. And I thought, I've got to get control of this while I can. I was in my early 20s, and it was time to do that. And I thought, okay, well, what can I do? So I started exercising a little, which I'd never really done, and I started eating better. And for me, that meant that I ate smaller portions, and I started eating salads and eating less cheese on my food, and maybe instead of getting a veggie burger with cheese, I would get one without cheese, and maybe instead of getting pizza smothered in cheese, I'd get pizza with soy cheese, or I'd get pizza without cheese. And I started noticing that I was losing weight. I lost about 15 pounds that first year, and I felt better, but I still had quite a bit to lose. And that year, a friend gave me a book called Diet for a New America by John Robbins. And this book just laid out an argument for veganism that I could not ignore. It talked about why we should go vegan for the animals, for ourselves, for the earth, and for the rest of humankind, especially in regards to world hunger. And so when I read that, I knew that I had to make this decision. I knew that animals were suffering for me. There were hens in tiny cages that couldn't spread their limbs because I was eating eggs. And there were cows who were getting impregnated over and over and having their children taken away when they were born because I was drinking milk. And for me, I thought, okay, I can't contribute to that suffering anymore. So if going vegan had made me gain weight, I would have done it. But fortunately for me, it made me lose weight. And so within the first year, I lost about 20 or 30 pounds. So all this weight was just coming off and coming off. And looking back, I realized that when I thought I was eating healthier, I was transitioning out of animal products. I was eating fewer and fewer animal fats and transitioning in plant foods. So I was going vegan just a little bit. And when I went vegan all the way, it just started melting off. And within a couple of years, I was down to my goal weight. I was down to around 120 pounds. And I'll tell you something. I've watched my friends' weights go up and down as they've tried crash diets. You know, they've gone on the Atkins diet, they've gone on the grapefruit diet, and they always gain the weight back within a couple of years. Well, it's been 8 years for me, and I still have the exact same weight as when I first went vegan. And that's because it becomes this really natural thing. You realize that it's normal and healthy to eat foods that come from plants instead of eating chicken, period, or someone else's mammary secretions, or a decaying corpse. Those aren't food. So it becomes very easy and natural to be vegan. I recently went to the doctor. He told me I was his healthiest patient. I feel great. I look great. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I encourage all of you, if you're interested in losing weight, to try going vegan. Don't try it for a week. Don't try it for 2 weeks. You'll screw it up at first. But as you get the hang of it and you start to substitute foods and learn how to cook and just adopt to this new diet, it becomes very easy and you feel so much better. And the last thing I want to say is if you love animals, think about this. You could volunteer at an animal shelter every single day, and you could fly across the country to the nearest disaster site and try to save animals, and you could go and donate blood every single day. But you wouldn't save as many lives as you do just by going vegan. A vegan saves over 100 lives every year just by what we eat. We don't have to do anything. We just eat, and we save lives. That's amazing. So I really encourage you, if you care about animals, if you care about your own body, try going vegan. See how you feel. And I think that you'll have a lot of success. All right, thanks everybody.